Clint and Michael here. We are so excited to talk about our year-end giving initiative. Do you know what it's called?
It is called Make It Count. And we believe at the end of every year, it's an opportunity for us to consider our financial resources and how we might do Christmas differently, how we look at our resources that we have and figure out how we make it count together as a community. We have the opportunity to look at stories of both individuals within the Eastown community and our surrounding community and our Love Local partners to see the impact that has been made through the mission of Eastown. And for all of you that are a part of it, we are so thankful and we love this opportunity every single year to get to celebrate.
So let's check out this story and then we'll be back to tell you how to get involved.
I grew up in Philadelphia with a single parent mom, and we grew up extremely close, but we didn't necessarily have a lot of resources. So as a single parent and also first gen, my mom went to college while she raised me and really worked to provide me with a lot of resources and connect me as much as she can to kind of support me in my education. I think I definitely am somebody who spent a lot of my young adulthood like trying to find a lot of answers and comfort in the world, particularly being really professionally driven. I was like chasing a lot of material things, but I felt like really empty and disconnected. I didn't have strong community and I didn't have that strong relationship to God. So I was praying to God for a church, and literally the things I was asking God for were multi-generational, multi-ethnic, and gospel-centered. And then I got an ad for New City on Instagram and it was like, we are a multi-generational, multi-ethnic, gospel-centered church. And I was like, wow, God, you move really quickly and very specifically. And so I showed up in January, a few months after the opening, and I've been here ever since. I love New City. I definitely feel like the thing that I was missing in my walk with God, that community of faith-based, like-minded people who show up in the big and little ways, people who pray for me and who I'm praying for, it has made this feel like home. I think one of the hardest but most beautiful things about being in community is asking for help and trusting that others will show up for you. 3 years ago, like I said, I was feeling really isolated. I was feeling a bit disconnected and not feeling like I was getting that meaning from some of the material things I was like striving after in the world. And everybody at City Group will tell you I'm a crier, and like it's been really hard for me to open up and become more vulnerable and trust that I'm in a safe space. In doing that, it's been amazing the way that people have been showing up. Everything from Michelle praying for me when we hang out, or Day giving me a phone call, or Gabe and Carrie just checking in. Like the way that this community has showed up for me, again, in like really big and little ways, just reinforces God's love for me and makes me know that I found like home and belonging, kind of going from this like really tight nucleus family to like this big New City family, and like it feels like really rich. With God, my life just feels more joyful and more full of love, for feeling like the love of God, feeling love for myself, and then being in a community with so much love.
I love those stories. It's like fuel for what we're doing, right? To hear about how God is making such a huge impact through people's resources here at Eastown. And we get to continue to do that. Every time I watch these stories or I hear a story like this, I'm like, there's not a better investment out there. And to watch people giving and sacrificially giving in this time of the season is absolutely incredible. Now, maybe this is the first time that you've done this, or this has become a tradition in your life. I think it's an opportunity for you to look at Christmas differently, for you to look at your resources differently. Maybe this is the Christmas that changes everything. Because we look around and we look at the world, we look in our own backyard and we're like, when are things gonna change? We actually have an opportunity to change things. And in fact, Jesus talked more about money and materialism than than he talked about any other subject in Scripture. Isn't that crazy? More than even love, right? It's like, why? Because he knew that money, he knew that finances, he knew that materialism was the thing that could grab a hold of us and actually become a god in our lives and strap us and imprison us. But one of the things I think that Make It Count does, it gives us the opportunity to say, you know what? I'm not going to be mastered by this thing. I'm actually going to be in control of it and use this to make a difference. I can't wait to see what our year-end giving, the difference that is going to make here at Eastown and with our local partners.
Yeah, and here's the incredible thing is we have a $65,000 match on the table that has been put together by both the Stratum.
Is it from us?
It's not from us. By the Stratum Foundation, who believes in the mission of Eastown, and then a few other families here at Eastown that have added to that. And we are so excited that offers us an opportunity to really magnify our generosity here at Eastown. And so here's what we're asking of you to consider. There are a couple opportunities on the table. One is this: there is a 4-to-1 match for any new reoccurring giving or increased reoccurring giving. That's really incredible. 4 times whatever you give in a new reoccurring or increased reoccurring gift, because reoccurring giving is what helps us plan for the future. It is the way we're able to set our budget and consider what the future holds here at Eastown. The second match on the table is a 1-to-1 match for any gift that is above and beyond your normal giving. That is what Make It Count is, and it is an opportunity to be formed in greater ways by the heart of Jesus. I believe that to be so true in our finances, that it is a spiritual formation happening in our lives, like you said, that offers more freedom. It offers the opportunity to impact some of the broken and hurting places in our world. And so we are asking you to consider, as an individual or as a family, what God might be asking you to do. You might be stretched this Christmas. It might feel a little uncomfortable. It might take greater trust than you've ever exercised before when it comes to your finances. But we believe when you open your hands and your financial resources to God and just say, God, what are you asking me to do? Where do you want to stretch me? What you will see in your own life and what you will see as an impact in the lives of others is, like you said, one of the best investments that we can make. So we're so thankful for this community. We're so thankful for you considering this, and we cannot wait to see what God does through our Make It Count initiative.
Yeah, that is actually amazing. And this year we're actually setting a goal.
Which we've never done before.
Which we've never done. And our goal this year is $200,000, which we are so excited about. Mm-hmm. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to those of you who have been so generous here at Eastown. I'm already going to do a preemptive thank you to those of you who are going to step in by faith this year. We think it's going to be incredible at what God does through your generosity. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.